What's up, everybody? We're about to get rolling.
Welcome to the Mad Cave, where the old games never fade. Stack of gray cards, glowing CRT. Welcome to the Mad Cave, heartbeats in 8-bit waves. You can plug in, you can still play free. Keep the pixels bright, pass the pad tonight. Every level cleared keeps the legends alive. If the future's loud, let the past still play.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Good to see you here at the start of the week for Members Monday. It is Video Games Monthly time, and during this stream, our live chat is dedicated to our channel members, the Cave Dwellers. Good to see everybody here. I look forward to this every single month, and Video Games Monthly is just so much fun, and you guys know how much I love the service, and we have a blast every single time. I'm really curious if we're going to get any, like, kind of hidden gems tonight, or if we get some, like, strange titles like we've had in the past few, or will we get some Sega titles tonight? Please tell me I set up the sound effects tonight. Did I mess them up again? Was there no sound for that sound? I bet I messed it up. I did, didn't I? I did it. I boomered it already, guys. Right at the start, I boomered it, but now it's gonna work. So we missed the Sega one. But now it should work. Oh, it did come through? Okay, good. Good. Maybe I didn't boomer it. All right, everybody. Tonight we're gonna do things a little bit differently tonight, because I want to talk about a couple of topics tonight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take care of the Video Games Monthly unboxing first. And then after that, we're going to be just kind of chatting about some things. I want to show you a couple of things that I picked up, and I want to just kind of talk about the world of gaming overall at this as it stands today, with different topics and everything. So we're going to do that after we do the unboxing. But of course, we're going to do the unboxing first, because that's why we're here tonight. That's the main objective. And I love that these show up pretty early in the month. I've had this box sitting for now, geez, this showed up right at the start of the month, so it just kind of, I just missed it for our last Members Monday, so I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna hold off, and this will be the next one. This is one of the things I like to do with our members, and have you guys interact live as we do the unboxings, and you guys get to share your memories of the games that we played, that we get out of the box, and it's just so much fun. So we're going to dive into it in just a couple of minutes. We're going to let everybody start to kind of roll in here. Good to see everybody. Alan's here, Brian's here. Good to see you guys. If anybody wants to, anybody who's watching here tonight, and I set it up to do a redirect at the end of tonight's stream. I hope it works. Right now, our amazing friend of the channel, Scotty Hawk. He is live streaming Arc Raiders. From what I understand, there was a whole like big wipe that happened. He's doing all those expeditions and stuff. So if you guys like those extraction shooter games, please go check out Scotty Hawk. He's live right now as we speak. And if you have not yet subbed to Scotty Hawk, he is on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Let's get him there. Let's do this. And speaking of subscriber counts, just a little while ago, earlier this evening, we reached 32,000 subscribers here at Matt Cave Gaming. Insane. Absolutely insane. I was watching Scotty, and I look over at my screen, and I got a little alert that like a subscriber came in, and I saw the number. I was like, oh my God, we're about to hit it. So I went over and I was just like, oh man, this is cool. Like I actually recorded it. I'll put a little video together. I wanted to catch it change, and I wanted to see what this clock would do and how long it would take for it to catch up on the number. It actually took longer than I expected, but man, we reached another milestone here on the channel, all thanks to you guys. So it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. Jeff, what's up, dude? Says, what's an Arc Raider? Well, I mean, it's a crazy extraction shooter game. It's a lot of fun. I have played it, and I have played it with Scotty Hawk and the Star Wars Obsession and Steve. He might be playing right now. Steve-O might be playing with them. But it's a fun game. I never have enough time to invest in games like that. They're a lot of fun. I have nothing against those games. I just can't ever like make it work for me. There's so much involved with them, and they're so much fun. But I can't make them work. It gets a little too crazy. Black Dragon, thank you so much for putting the link there for Scotty. I appreciate it. Spidey Librarian, let's go, dude. Spidey, I gotta watch the rest of your replay. How did the rest of Super Star Wars go for you, man? Just the other day, everybody, Spidey Librarian chose a dark path through the Force, and he started playing the original Super Star Wars. And he's played it before many times, but man, that game is rough. I have such a love-hate relationship with Super Star Wars and Super Empire Strikes Back and Super Return of the Jedi. Those games are so tough, but they're so much fun at the same time. It's so good. You've never played an extraction shooter, but it's in my middle-aged part of my life where I play single-player games and get spooked by the rest. I feel you. I totally understand. It is a fun game, though. Scotty's streaming it right now if you want to check out some of it. It's pretty cool. It's a nice... you could play, depending on how you play, you either get put into, like, PvP matches where everybody's fighting each other, or if you tend to remain more friendly, it puts you in like friendlier servers or something. I don't know. I'm not sure how the game figures it all out, but I've seen it happen, and it's pretty cool. But it's a fun game, and Scotty is, he's a pro when it comes to these extraction shooter games. So he's definitely a good one to watch if you ever want to experience those games for the first time. It's pretty fun. And tonight I am fueling up with Dubby in my retro glass. I'm having the rainbow sherbet one again. I'm almost to the end of it. I have a new order of Dubby coming in. Should be here in a couple of days. I'm trying out a new flavor, the cherry limeade. I'm looking forward to trying that one out, but I really like this rainbow sherbet. It tastes like that rainbow sherbet, like ice cream thing you would get from the ice cream man back in the day. Definitely fun. If you guys want to check out Dubby, we got the links always down in the description, and you get 10% off your order for Dubby if you use my promo code, which is Keep Retro Gaming Alive. Definitely worth checking out if you do like energy supplements and stuff like that. This is my wife's favorite, the Iger Strike. She says it tastes like pixie sticks from back in the day, but I like it. No jitters, no nothing. I don't get the shakes from it or anything like that, so definitely a good thing for streaming the way I like to. But anyways, guys, good to see everybody here. We are going to jump into this month's box. Let's get the wrapping off of this. We're going to dive into it, but we're going to push through the box a little bit faster than we normally do, or maybe, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Because I do want to talk about some stuff tonight with you guys. Have a little bit of a chat stream tonight. Instead of just the Video Games Monthly. So let me get the wrapping off of here, and then we'll go into our whole spiel about the Video Games Monthly service. I was just watching, last night I was watching MatCam open his Video Games Monthly box. He got some good stuff in there. There were some duplicates for him. I don't know if he updated his list or anything. Wow, why am I not getting this packaging up here? There we go. He got some duplicates, but I don't think he updated his list. So that'll happen if you forget to update it. But there we go. We got the box out. Let me put my Leatherman away here. I'd probably try it, but it won't work on me. Yeah, Black Dragon, with all the yeah, I know your go-to is the Mountain Dew. With all that Mountain Dew, I don't know how much of an effect, if any at all, W would even have on you, man. I think you might be immune to anything with any form of caffeine in it. But there we go. Video Games Monthly, guys. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to record the intro portion like we like to do for the sake of the edited video, which will come out later on. And this way we can get that out of the way, and anyone new to the service can learn a little bit about it and why I do this every month. So let's get that part out of the way. Here we go. Welcome down to the Mac Cave. You're here for another Video Games Monthly unboxing. If you're not familiar with the service, Video Games Monthly is a service you sign up for online to get a mystery box every month that is filled with retro games. They can range from the Atari 2600 all the way through to the PS4, and they've been adding some additional consoles recently, which is pretty awesome. You keep track of the games that you get on a checklist. That way you don't get duplicates unless you want duplicates, and you choose which consoles you want to collect for. These are going to all be for home consoles, no PC games or anything like that in here. And it's a lot of fun, especially if you want to build up your gaming collection for things that are cartridge-based or even disc-based games. So a lot of fun. VideoGamesMonthly.com. There's multiple levels of the service. Check it out, VideoGamesMonthly.com. I bet there's a level of the service that works for you. And now, on to the unboxing. All right, there we go. We got our intro out of the way. We're going to put the box over here for just a moment. Let me catch up with you guys real quick before we dive into the box. Careful with that struggle. I managed to catch a chunk out of my finger. Oh my god, jeez. Yeah, well, when you were unpacking some of those, the figures and stuff. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely do it. I got a 12-pack of specialty cans. I now have 12 cans of American Dew. Let's go. The Darinator is here. Welcome back, Darinator. Good to see you. What's up, dude? Yeah, I'm right there with you, Black Dragon. I drink a lot of Diet Mountain Dew, and Monsters, nearly 2 decades of night shifts will do that. Yeah, that'll do it. See, back in the day, I used to drink Red Bull. And I've tried Monster, here and there and everything, but I never liked how I felt drinking stuff like Red Bull and everything. But I was once W was kind of promoted to me, and I learned about what it was, and being a quote unquote jitterless energy blend. That's why I wanted to try it, and I tried it out. And not only do I love it, my wife loves it, and she has her favorite flavors. I have my favorite flavors. I got new ones coming in. And I was like, you know what? This actually, at my age and what I'm using it for, it works very well for me, and I love it. It's been good to me. W has been good to me. So I want to share the wealth with you guys and give you that percentage off if you do choose to try it out. You get 10% off the offer by using my promo code Keep Retro Gaming Alive, and you can check it out. There's tons of cool flavors. They're all very nostalgic flavors. That's the other thing too. The blends are like literally made of nostalgia, like flavors you remember from childhood. It's pretty awesome. Spidey Librarian says, I unboxed during my Jedi Fallen Order stream. It pieces the gameplay. Wait, what? I unboxed during my Jedi Fallen... Oh, in pieces during the gameplay. Oh, I got you. Oh, you did it like piece by piece. Okay, that's interesting. That's a cool way of doing that. I want to replay Jedi Fallen Order. That game's a lot of fun. But anyway, speaking of gaming, let's get into this box and find out what we have for the month of May in 2026. So here it is. We're going to turn the box around. We're going to open up the fins, and we're going to make it so that I can't see in the box, you can't see in the box, and it's going to be a surprise for all of us. So let's pop that open over here. We'll push that over to there. Let's not knock over the W this time. I did that last time. All right, how we go? We're good? Yeah, we're good on that angle. That way I can't see in there, you can't see in there, and we will find out what we got. Yeah, last time we were doing the unboxings, I like literally punched the W and it fell all over the place. You don't want to do that. That's not cool. All right, guys, let's see if we can find the paperwork first and see if we have any bonus games, because sometimes you get bonus games. I found the card right away. All right, let's see if we have any 1-ups, 2-ups, or anything like that. We haven't had any in a while, so let's see if we get lucky this month. Let's see. We got our standard social media card, which is fine. That means we still have 5 games in this box. That's what I'm signed up to get, 5 games every month. So this is basically the social media card, letting you know how you post your experiences online, and you can win opportunities to get additional boxes, additional games, and stuff like that. But we still got 5 games in here, everybody, so that's perfectly fine with me. Let me see if I can feel a trinket on top before we get started. I feel the bubble wrap, and I feel some cartridges, so we'll find the trinket along the way. Let's see what game number 1 is, everybody. So I have got, as I dropped it, I have in my hand a Sega Genesis cartridge. So we are going 16-bit in the world of Sega, my favorite 16-bit console, the Sega Genesis, in other parts of the world known as the Mega Drive, one of my favorite consoles. I got such a cool game last month. We got Tasmania on the Sega Genesis. That game's a lot of fun. I actually fired it up, and that game was kicking my butt. I forgot how hard that game was. But let's see what we have for the Sega Genesis this month with game number 1. And we got... Oh, we actually got a duplicate. That's going to be probably on me because I probably did not add it back to my checklist, but still a fun game. Sonic Spinball on the Sega Genesis. Actually, is this a duplicate? I know we got this for the Game Gear, but I wonder if I forgot to update my list. I think we got this a few boxes ago. And I think I remember saying, oh, now I have it on both systems, the Game Gear and the Genesis. But Sonic Spinball is a super fun game. I love pinball also. So when they mix Sonic with it, I thought that was pretty cool. And the game's a little tricky, but once you get the hang of it and understand what it wants you to do with the controls, it's a lot of fun. Sonic Spinball actually is a really fun game. And actually, this copy, I think, is actually in better condition than the one we got last time. This is looking good overall. The picture, the artwork there is looking good. The sticker's in good shape. Even the end spine label. It's got a little bit of a bump on it there, but nothing too bad. I could probably just like kind of flatten that out. Oh, you know what it was? It's the divot in the cartridge itself. So nothing too crazy there. Just normal wear and tear on the back of the cartridge, and the pins are looking pretty good. I know we can't ever see those too good on the camera, but overall in good shape. But I am like 99.9% positive this is a duplicate, and that's probably going to be on me. I probably forgot to update it on the list, but that's okay. This is the type of game that, you know, I can either hang on to just in case a copy goes bad, or I could certainly trade it in at some of my local retro gaming shops. But there we go. Game number 1, Sonic Spinball. Even though it's a duplicate, still a very fun game and one of my favorites on the system. But let me know down in the comments, have you played Sonic Spinball? What do you think of that game as an entry in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise? All right, guys, let's keep it moving and head in for game number 2. And I've got another cartridge. I've got a Super Nintendo cartridge. Yeah, that's got to be Super Nintendo. All right, 16-bit and Super Nintendo this time. We're going to the competitor to Sega at that time, the Console Wars. What an amazing time that was. Absolutely love that time. Let's see what we're adding to our Super Nintendo collection. Game number 2 is, well, this is timed quite well considering the time of year and what's going on right now. But we've got NBA playoffs going on right now, and we just got Bulls versus Blazers for the Super Nintendo. I don't think I've ever played this one. This is Bulls versus Blazers and the NBA playoffs. I've played some of the NBA games on the Sega Genesis, but I've never played any of them on the Super Nintendo, especially the ones that are dedicated to certain teams. And then, you know, you got the Bulls and the Blazers right here. I mean, you know, there's going to be some top teams right here at the time. This probably came out somewhere around like maybe 93 or 94. And it's in really good condition here. The sticker is The sticker's looking really, really nice. Same with the end label there. And the overall cartridge, I mean, it's very clean. A little scratch there in the middle just under the label, but nothing too bad. But overall, a nice, well-kept, very clean Super Nintendo cartridge. And the pins are looking really, really good. Like, those look, they look almost untouched. That's in really good condition. I'm very, very curious how this will play on the Super Nintendo. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've played any basketball games on the Super Nintendo. Like even NBA Jam, I've played that on the Genesis, the 32X, the arcade, but I've never played it on the Super Nintendo. So I'm very curious which like format this plays in. Will it be like a broadcast view, or is it going to be vertical up and down? I don't know. I don't know how this one will play. It is made by Electronic Arts. EA made a ton of the NBA games back in the day, along with the NHL games and the Madden games and stuff like that. And then years later, NBA rights went over to 2K. But, you know, those who have been around for a little while here on the channel know my feelings on 2K these days. So I don't play much of those. But I'm very curious to see how this plays. The Bulls versus Blazers on the Super Nintendo. Let me know down in the comments. Have you played this game? Is it one of your favorite NBA games? Or is this one trash? I don't know. I've never played it, but I'm looking forward to trying it out. So there we go. 2 games in so far. We are in the 16-bit era here with our competitors Sega and Nintendo. We've got 3 more games in this box. Let's see what we got going on. Darren, you had that game? Nice. All right, I feel, man, we're trying a little bit of everything tonight. I got an NES game here, so now we're going to 8-bit. From the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last month we got Gyromite, the black box classic, and I was showing off Rob the Robot and all that stuff and everything. So let's see, do we get another NES classic to add to the collection? We got, holy moly, wow. Okay, before I show this one, I want to just point out something. And those of you that have been here for these streams, for these unboxing videos with Video Games Monthly, you know that our track record with the games we get through Video Games Monthly generally are in fantastic shape overall. Some of the games, we've had factory sealed games. We have had games that look like they've never been played before, just in really, really great condition. But I have to say, what I'm holding in my hand right now, and you will see clearly why I say this, this will be the worst condition cartridge we have ever received from Video Games Monthly. And it's actually a sequel to a game that we have received prior. So I don't have this game. I have the first game, and now we have the sequel, and that is Skate or Die 2 on the NES. And hopefully this is all showing up well enough on the camera. The label is shot. There are dents, like it looks like something bit the cartridge. And there's like yellowing around the gray sections of this cartridge. And then on the back, there was something written there. I can't quite make out what that was, but somebody tried to clean it off, or maybe it just faded off over time. But you can see, yeah, as I tilt it a little bit, you can see how kind of grimy this cartridge is. This cartridge, I'm definitely gonna clean it, but this thing's seen battle. I don't know what happened to this thing. I mean, something bit it. This is honest, like the label's all messed up. There's nothing I could do about that. The cartridge itself, the gray portions, I can clean that off. At least I'm hoping I can clean that off. The end label, not terrible, all scratched up and everything, but still you can read it and everything. The pins are surprisingly pretty good. They definitely need a little bit of a cleaning, but nothing terrible going on internally. But the outside of this cartridge, this thing has seen battle. I don't know what happened here. But that said, Skate or Die 2, a sequel, honestly, I didn't even realize existed. I like Skate or Die 1. I never played the sequel, so I am looking forward to trying this out. Based on how the pins look, I'm sure the game is going to play fine, and that's really what matters the most, is that you can actually play these games. You know, I'm not looking to just leave these on the shelf to just sit there and collect dust. I play these games. And I'm not selling them or trading them in generally. Like if I have duplicates, yeah, I'll trade them in and stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm trying to build up my collection. And so this is definitely one that I will want in the collection. And there's going to be only so much I can do with the cartridge condition overall. Like I don't even know what's on this. It's like, it's definitely scratched in the gray portions, but it's got like a yellowing to it. I don't know what happened here. Maybe that's like, could that be like smoke damage? Could that be from like nicotine or something? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna try to clean it and see and get it in the best condition I can. But and I'm gonna do that before I even consider placing this into my NES. I don't want to put a bunch of that gunk into the console itself. So either way, Skate or Die 2, is it a game you have played before? Let me know down in the comments what you think of this game. I'm looking forward to trying it out because I didn't even know there was a sequel to this. So there we go. This actually makes a little bit of history here for us here on the channel. Our first, like, kind of beat up game. Like, we've had games that had stickers on them. We've had games that had writing on them. But generally, they've been all right. This thing's definitely been through the ringer. But hey, that was inevitable. These games are old. Some of these games are from the 80s, some are from the 90s. They've been around. They've lived a life. So who knows what happened with its previous owner, but I promise I will take better care of it than their previous owner did. So let's see. Before we jump to the next game, let me just catch up with you guys here. We've had 0 1-ups since we went to 5. Yeah, it's crazy. Maybe there's just no bonus games once you go 5 or higher. Yeah, it's definitely severely beat up. This thing is it's been through something. I'm assuming someone tried to use it as a skateboard, the old NES skate deck. If it still works, that's all good. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. As long as it plays, it should be fine. So the pins looked all right. I'm sure the board is fine. Who knows what happened to that thing? Could have sat in somebody's garage. Maybe it sat somewhere where somebody was like heavily smoking next to it or something, based on like kind of the yellowing I'm seeing on there. I don't know. We'll see. It doesn't smell or anything. It's just like it's just dirty. So I'll get it cleaned up. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, we are 3 games in. We've got 2 games left, and we haven't found the trinket yet. We'll see if we find that. Actually, did I just find the trinket? I just found the trinket. The heck is this? It's a plastic wrapper. Is this candy? I think we got candy. I think we got candy. All right, let's see what the trinket is. Here we go. It is candy. Oh my God, we got fruit roll-ups. And it's Super Mario Galaxy fruit roll-ups. Oh my God, it's got the little Lumas on there, on the wrapper there. That's actually pretty cool. A little individual wrapped fruit roll-up. Not my kind of thing. I'm not going to eat this. I'll give this to the kids. But that's pretty cool. Does it say what flavor it is? Super Mario Galaxy. I mean, it tells you it's new. It's Super Mario Galaxy, the brand new movie. It doesn't say a flavor. Oh, wait, strawberry. It's strawberry. That's pretty cool. Wow, I was not expecting to ever get, like, candy from VGM. Usually it's, like, stickers and magnets and stuff like that and everything. But there we go. That's a first for us. A fruit roll-up, which even that in itself is pretty nostalgic. I remember I remember getting fruit roll-ups when I was a kid. I was never big into, like, the the stuff like this, the gummy stuff or taffies and stuff like that. I was always more of, I liked chocolate, specifically dark chocolate, and I like caramel. Those are like my go-to things with candy. Yeah, it's like Dubby for the kids. Yeah, this is, I'm sure this has plenty of sugar in it, but the kids will be excited. I'll tell them to split it and just break it in half. They can split it. So there you go. We got a fruit roll up as our trinket. That's awesome. Oh, Spidey, that's what you got this month also? That's great. All right, what do we got? Game number 4. Game number 4. Let's see what we got. We got we got an N64 cartridge. Ooh, it's sticky. Oh my God, guys, are we about to have a second beat up game? There is something sticky on this cartridge. I don't like that. Ugh. VGM, what happened this month? Well, it's definitely an N64 cartridge. Let's see what we got and see if we can identify what's on the cartridge. Hopefully it's just sticker residue. Let's see what game number 4 is. It's sticker residue. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we got another racing game for the N64, Top Gear Rally. Beware, it's an adult title. Oh my God. Top Gear Rally for the N64, made by Midway. I have not played this racing game, but I do love racing games, and it's definitely sticker residue. Whatever was here, there was definitely a fairly large sticker that was on here that looks like this. The sticker on here, like the artwork is weathered. So I don't think whatever this was, like a price sticker or anything like that, I don't think it peeled anything off of here. This looks faded, like sun fading. So this could have sat near a window for a long time in somebody's house. It could have sat in somebody's car for all I know. But that's some like sun fading to the sticker there. But the sticker itself, though, other than the fading, is actually all right. The scratching that's on there looks to be part of the artwork. So that's perfectly fine. The back end of the cartridge is a little beat up. There are some scratches that are fairly deep on there. Nothing too crazy though. I'm sure, as long as the game plays, it'll be fine. The pins look good. It's got the darker board on there, so it's hard to see how dirty it would be. I'll still give it a good cleaning anyway. And also I got to clean off the sticker residue off of here because it's still quite tacky. As soon as I grabbed it in the box, that was the first thing I felt. I was like, oh my God, like it felt like something melted on it, but it was a large sticker that was on here. But again, Top Gear Rally for the N64. I've never played it. I love racing games, especially on the N64, like Cruisin' USA, things like that. I love the cruising games. Those are a lot of fun. Mario Kart, of course, stuff like that. I've enjoyed the racing games I've played, Pod Racer, things like that, using the N64 controller. It's pretty fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this game plays. I think Top Gear Rally was an arcade game. I'm thinking this is an arcade port, which will also be fun because racing games in the arcade are just a blast. I love playing racing games. It's so much fun. But overall, I think this will be a fun game. I just, I got to take care of the stuff that's on it. So I've got 2 cartridges here that need a good deep cleaning. This one not as much as the NES cartridge, but still, to get that sticker residue off of there, it takes a little bit of work there to make sure, and I don't want to damage the sticker itself, the artwork. I don't want to damage that any further. It's got fading on there, but the physical condition of it is in good shape, so I don't want to make it worse or anything like that. So there you have it, Top Gear Rally for the N64. Let me know down in the comments, have you played Top Gear Rally on the N64? What are your thoughts on this racing game? And let me know, was this an arcade port? I think it may have been. Cool. I love adding racing games to my collection. Always happy to do that. We've got some information thanks to Black Dragon. Let's go. Top Gear Rally, known in Japan as Top Gear Rally SP, is a 2003 racing video game developed by Tantalus Interactive and published by Kemco for the Game Boy Advance. Oh, that's awesome. It was released by Nintendo outside of Japan. Interesting. There was a Game Boy Advance game of that. I don't have a ton of racing games on the Game Boy Advance, but I have a couple of ATV games. that were on the Game Boy, and those actually play fairly well. Surprisingly well, actually, for what it would be. Top Gear Rally was conceived after Boss created a non-interactive demonstration running on Silicon Graphics workstations that featured 2- and 4-wheel drive vehicles. Oh, that's cool. Let's go. And going through different driving conditions. That's fun. See, I like stuff like that where they're going to change up the tracks a bit and everything, give you multiple vehicle types. I like stuff like that. You know what one of my favorite racing games of all time was? It was on the PS3, and I wish they would remaster it and re-release it. MotorStorm on the PlayStation 3. To this day, I think that may be my favorite racing game of all time. There were sequels to MotorStorm, and they're fun. The sequels are fun, but that original game, that first MotorStorm game, in my opinion, is the best one, and I wish they would remaster it or remake it. Either one, a remaster or a remake. I'll take either one. I just want to get that game into onto like the newer systems, and because it's a gorgeous game. It looks so good on the PS3. Donna, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. We are 4 games in to the box. We've got one more game. Let's hope it's in better condition than these last 2. This has been an interesting turn of events. The first time we have received games that are in not great condition. That's wild. Let's hope this 5th game is in good shape. Let's find out what we have going in. We have an NES cartridge. I don't feel anything crazy on it, just holding it here in the box. So let's hope everything's good. Our final game for May of 2026. It's an NES cartridge. Let's find out what we got. Oh my God. Okay, well, I just found the winner of this box for me, because I have a lot of nostalgia for this game, and I played a ton of this game growing up. It is a Capcom release, Mickey Mousecapade on the NES. I never owned this. A friend of mine had this game, and we would play a bunch of this like all the time. This game was surprisingly fun and quite challenging, actually. I have not played this since I was a kid, but this was one of my go-to games growing up. I had a blast playing this, and with Capcom putting it out, you can imagine what the style would be like. Very similar to things like if you played like the Chip and Dale games and DuckTales and stuff like that, even a bit of the Mega Man style to it. And it was cool because you played as both Mickey and Minnie. And yes, Spidey says I liked and hated that game. Yes, it's one of those games where you can have a love-hate relationship with it, because as much fun as it is, it gets very challenging. And Capcom games, especially on the NES, really did tend to be very challenging. They were tricky games. Think about the first Mega Man game. Like the sequels, in all honesty, they got easier. And that's not to say that the Mega Man games are easy, but if you were to compare Mega Man 1 to Mega Man 2, you're having a way easier time getting through Mega Man 2 than the first one. They were really, really tough games, but they were also amazing games. So when you had Capcom teaming up with Disney and bringing these classic characters together for these games on the 8-bit consoles. I mean, between this game and DuckTales, which was also Capcom, you really couldn't go wrong. These games were incredible. Capcom just had such a good run on the NES. Amazing games. And this one really, for me, I think this, well, not think, this is definitely the winner of the box for me. I'm going to have so much fun replaying this game. I'm really curious if my kids will like this game. It is very challenging, so I don't know, like, will they just walk away from it quickly? I don't know. I don't know how much time they'd be willing to put into it, but I'm trying to remember if it was simultaneous 2-player. Because I remember when you're playing, you're moving Mickey and Minnie like at the same time, like they move together. And that was part of what made it tricky. But I can't remember if this was 2-player co-op. If it is, That's actually even better, but I can't remember. I don't remember. But there you have it. Our final game of the box, Capcom's Mickey Mousecapade. Let's just take a look at the overall quality of the cartridge. And I can tell you right off the bat, everything's looking pretty good. It's a little, the sticker's a little scratched, but it's not like damaged. It's still in good shape there. So that's really good. The gray portion of the cartridge is looking good, just normal wear and tear. Back end of the cartridge is looking really good as well. We got a little bit of a like a warped spot right there next to the caution symbol there. Is that just bubbled? It's just a slight little bubble on there. Nothing too bad there. Let's take a look at the pins. Pins need just a little bit of a cleaning. Nothing bad in there. Just a quick run over with the 1-up cards to clean that out, and that'll be perfectly fine. I am really excited to play this game again. It has been decades since I have played Mickey Mousecapade on the NES, and right there, that's the winner of the box for me. I love this game. I hope it holds up. I hope I have as much fun as I did when I was a kid playing it now. I think this one is super good. Capcom puts out some good games. Their latest is Pragmata. Yeah, I want to pick up Pragmata. I keep waiting to see if it goes on sale. I know it's cheaper than other games right now, but I'm just kind of like, maybe I'll just, because I don't know how much time I can invest to it. But once I found out it was Capcom, it made me very interested to go check it out. And to think Shinji Mikami worked on the Capcom Disney titles before making Resident Evil. Dude, it's... look, I know Capcom is far from perfect. I know as a company, they have made some poor decisions over the years. I'm not blind to it. But that said, in the grand scheme of things, out of all the developers that I grew up playing their games of, still to this day, Capcom is my favorite. And I don't know if anyone will top them for me. I have just had some of the best gaming experiences of my life with Capcom games. And that includes the Capcom Disney games. So some of these are just absolutely outstanding. So say what you will about the company. I know they have made some poor decisions over the years. I get it. All these game companies, they're not perfect. You know, you could have your favorites, but no matter what, even your favorites are going to have their downfalls. So it's just the inevitable thing about all these companies. But either way, I'm excited for this one. Let me know down in the comments, have you played Capcom's Mickey Mousecapade on the NES? And what did you think of this game? Did you beat this game? It's a challenging one. Definitely a challenging one. Guys, let's do a quick run through of what we got tonight. We got Top Gear Rally for the N64. We got Sonic Spinball on the Sega Genesis. We got Bulls versus Blazers for the Super Nintendo. And we got Skate or Die 2 on the NES, but in very beat up condition. So this is going to take some work to get that to life. And then finally, the winner of the box, Mickey Mousecapade by Capcom on the NES. I'm a big fan of this one. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to replay that game. I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be super cool. Guys, let me know, what do you think of this month's box, May of 2026 Video Games Monthly? We kept it retro tonight. We kept it cartridge based. Should I make changes to the list for next month? Should we go more disc based? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see. I have tons of systems to collect for, so any recommendations that you have where we might get some awesome hidden gems for so many consoles, ranging from the Atari 2600 all the way through to the PS4. Let me know some of your favorites, and we could try for those on future upcoming boxes, because I'm not planning on ending this service anytime soon. I'm having a blast increasing my game library. It's a ton of fun. Guys, don't go anywhere. We're just going to record a closing for the edited video, but don't go anywhere. We're not done. So just because I'm saying goodbye, it's not for real. There you have it, Video Games Monthly for May of 2026. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments of these games we got this month. Have you owned these games? Did you play any of these games? Or were these games that you would like to add to your collection? Let's keep the conversation going down in the comments. As always, remember, keep retro gaming alive, because one day your games will be retro too, and I will see you on the next unboxing. All right, there we go. We got our outro taken care of. Let me catch up real quick here. Pragmata is a banger for a new IP. It's incredibly well done and so much fun. I highly recommend it. Honestly, I haven't heard a single bad thing about the game. I think I gotta get it. I think it's one that I inevitably have to just get, especially since it is a Capcom title. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be fun. I'm too broke buying He-Man toys. I got the new games. Dude, you have been killing it over there with the Masters of the Universe figures. It is so freaking awesome, dude. I love it. I'm so happy for you, man. That is great stuff. Just remember, Brian, you have the power to buy more games and less figures. Be a responsible adult and get too many of them. No, keep getting the figures. Keep getting them. The stuff you were finding, man, is awesome. I love those swords that you picked up, especially the one that did the sound effects and everything and had some of the dialogue from the new movie. I can't wait for that new movie, guys. Man, it's my most anticipated movie, and I just went to the movies, and this is going to be part of the stuff I want to have a chat about. But I just went to the movies to see Mortal Kombat 2. I brought my son, and we had a freaking blast. That movie was awesome. But prior to it, the lead up, all the trailers that they played were just banger after banger after banger. And one of them was the latest Masters of the Universe trailer. And I got to tell you, it's one thing seeing that sitting at home on YouTube. That trailer up on the IMAX screen in Dolby Atmos. Oh my God. I didn't think I could get more excited for that movie. I was wrong. I am so pumped for that movie. Seeing that trailer on that big screen. Oh my God, guys. It was so good. It was so good. But speaking of that, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about these video game movies that we're getting. And it's insane, the stuff we're getting now. So, Mortal Kombat 2 just released, and then in a couple of months we have Street Fighter coming out. And it is, yes, Black Dragon, absolutely. I was so excited for Mortal Kombat 2. I really did like the prior movie. I think, what did that come out in 2021? The prior Mortal Kombat movie. I did enjoy it a lot. In fact, the day before, so my son and I went on Saturday. On Friday night, my son and I rewatched the other movie. We watched the 2021 Mortal Kombat again and had a blast. We forgot how good that was. And I know a lot of people didn't like it. I know because of the newer character, because of the character of Cole, which still, look, I love that 2021 movie, but Cole's the worst part. Hands down. Like, he shouldn't have even been there. Why did they have all these characters to work with and you had to go and make up a character? It made no sense. Anyways, I was like, the next movie, when they do part 2, it's like, that has to be the tournament. That's the direction this should go. So I was like, okay, 2021 movie, lead up to the tournament. And that's exactly what happened. And Mortal Kombat 2, as far as I'm concerned, was exactly what that movie needed to be. It was so much fun from start to finish, and seeing your favorite characters from the game series come to life like that and doing their iconic moves. It was so well done. And the special effects were phenomenal. The set pieces were great. I mean, you get so many of your favorites in there, like the portal, and you get the acid pit, and it's so many great set pieces in this movie. The characters themselves looked great. Obviously, the carrying over characters from the first movie are back in this one, and then we get more characters in this one. We get to see a lot more of Outworld, and man, just the way they handled the tournament was so good. But the thing that surprised me the most was which part of the game stories, or which parts of the game stories, they started leaning into. And I don't want to say what it is. I don't want to spoil it. But I was pleasantly surprised. And because of the portions of the games they used, very specific story points, I now have a really good idea of where we're heading for Mortal Kombat 3, and I'm very excited for it. And yes, it does prep you for Mortal Kombat 3. It is coming. And I don't think that's going to be the end. I honestly think this is going to be a growing set of movies for this franchise. They seem to have a plan, and it went very well in Mortal Kombat 2. Now, I have seen a couple of reviews and people saying that they hated the movie. And what I will say about this, because I did watch, I'm open to, everyone's allowed to have their opinion of it, and nobody's going to like everything, right? But the stuff I've seen so far of people who said they hated the movie, they don't really like. It's weird, very generalized complaining. Like, almost doesn't even tell you why they hated the movie. It was just like, I think you went into that wanting to hate it. And if you go into anything wanting to hate it, you're going to hate it. And, you can't be surprised. It's like, yeah, you went into it with an intent. I went into it, very excited, but I was cautious because, things, Hollywood messes stuff up all the time these days. But I think this was such a fun popcorn movie. And if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, and if you even half liked the first one from 2021, you're going to love this one. It really does make up for the shortcomings of the first one in many, many ways. So and the fights, oh my God, the fight. There's one in particular fight. And again, I'm not here to spoil anything. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. I want people to go see this movie. Once you start watching the movie, you'll know exactly which fight I'm talking about. There are certain characters, certain actors playing certain characters that are clearly the true martial artists, and they steal the movie. Like their fights are the best ones, as they should be, because they are actual fighters. Like, these are the guys that know their stuff, where it's like, yeah, we don't need to cut away. We're going to get the longer held shots on these because we don't need to throw in a stuntman or anything like that. And when you get to those moments in this movie, it is so good. It's so well done. I can't praise it enough. Is it perfect? No, it's not a perfect movie. It's just what this movie needed to be. This is not going to be a change your life movie. This is a movie to just make you go keep munching on popcorn and having a good time. It is a fun ride, and all I could say is please support this movie. Let's let it do well in the box office so that it continues, because trust me, you want Mortal Kombat 3 to happen. It's going to be good, and it's heading in a fantastic direction. So definitely check it out. I definitely loved it. Scorpion in 2021 movie was badass. The movie should have been all about him, but still halfway decent movie. Yes, see, that's the thing. That first movie should have been all about Scorpion, and it makes you think it's going to be, but then they bring in the character of Cole, who basically replaces him for pretty much the whole movie. And that was the biggest problem with that character. Cole, it was hands down the worst part of that movie. And nothing against the actor. I think he did a perfectly fine job in the movie. But his character was so unnecessary that it just, he just shouldn't have been there. Spoil it. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's just one of those movies that I'm just like, just see it. It's fun. It's one of those movies you just turn off your brain, have some snacks, have some popcorn and soda and candy, and just have a good time. Go with some friends, go with family, take your kids, whatever. Just, well, not young kids, but, this is a hard R rating. This is Mortal Kombat at like peak Mortal Kombat, and there are brutal, absolutely brutal fatalities in this movie. And they don't cut away. Like, it is just, if you thought the fatalities were intense in the first one, they top it. They definitely top it. But it's the fact that we get to see this come to life on the big screen is unbelievable. And then even before the movie started, one of the trailers they played was for Street Fighter, and I will be going to theaters to see that. Growing up, I was always more of a Mortal Kombat kid. That was because I'm not good at fighting games. I suck at fighting games, but I always have fun playing them anyway. And when it came to those between the two, with that whole rivalry between the two franchises, I was always on the Mortal Kombat side, but I still loved playing Street Fighter. I just had more fun with Mortal Kombat. So I'm not as up to speed with the lore and story for Street Fighter as I am with Mortal Kombat, but I know enough that I know I can enjoy that new Street Fighter movie. And the trailer looks awesome. It looks like a lot of fun. Again, it looks like a movie that is going to be what it needs to be. It's gonna have the characters being the characters and doing the moves from the games, which, when you see these things happen in a live action film, it's gonna look silly because, yes, it's silly. When you see a guy with stretchy arms and people doing crazy shiny flip kicks and everything and shooting fireballs out of their hands and all kinds of stuff like that, yeah, it's over the top ridiculous, but that's what happened in the game, which is why it's happening in the movie, and it makes perfect sense, and any fan of the games is going to appreciate it. So go to these movies to have fun. That's the whole idea. We don't need to critique the crap out of them. It doesn't matter. It's just there to entertain and let you escape from the nonsense of reality for a little while and just have some fun. So that's why I say just go see these movies for yourself and enjoy them for what they are. That's all. And look, you might not like it. You might not like it. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. But give it a chance. That's all I say is give it a chance. When that guy is on screen, he always steals the show. Oh, the guy that played Scorpion. Oh my God. Yeah, he was fantastic. That opening scene in the 2021 movie, it's so good. It's a fighting game movie. They expect Gone with the Wind. That's what I'm saying. Like, some of these negative reviews, I look at it like, what did you go into this expecting? What expectations did you set for yourself for this that were clearly unrealistic? It's just weird. At least Carl Urban managed the splits. Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, as an aged Johnny Cage. He was fantastic, but I say, like, I'm putting emphasis on that. He plays the aged Johnny Cage. This is not the young Johnny Cage from early on in the games. This is the older Johnny Cage from the later games that, like, reset the timeline. So you got to kind of set your expectations to a certain point with that. Mortal Kombat 2, Masters of the Universe, and Street Fighter are probably my main movies this year. I'm with you. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I am gonna go see Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't have high hopes for it, but I think it'll still be fun. I am gonna go check it out. I will say that seeing the trailer for Mandalorian and Grogu on the big screen, it hit different. So I actually got a little more excited for that movie. Yes, Jeff, Mortal Kombat 2 is awesome. Definitely go see it. Absolutely go see it. No family, few friends, and none of them true. My son is 35 years old. Take your son, just go, or go yourself. It's just fun. If you liked Mortal Kombat at all, it's got all the nostalgia points to it. They definitely hit the right beats. I was more of a Street Fighter kid, but moved to Mortal Kombat as I aged. Yeah, which a lot of people did. Street Fighter was the more easily accessible one, especially in the arcades. And then Mortal Kombat, kind of had the people keeping kids away from it kind of deal going on. Last movie I went to see was Top Gun Maverick. Actually, that's it might be this weekend coming up. Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick are both going back into theaters. I think this weekend, which would be cool. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to go see them on the big screen, but if you would get, if anybody gets a chance and you want to relive Top Gun on the big screen, both of the movies are going to be back in theaters. I'm not sure when the showings are, though. I've always been more of an MK fan over Street Fighter, but I'm equally excited to see both this year, 2026, year of the epic video game movies. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Lyndon Ashby was perfect as Johnny in the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie. I love that movie. That original 1995 movie. I saw that in the movie theater that was in my local mall. And still to this day, it was one of my most favorite experiences in a movie theater. That movie was just so much fun to see that on the big screen. Speaking of video game movies, another big one that is coming. We still have a bit of time for it, but we have The Legend of Zelda on the way. And the more I've been hearing and the more I've been seeing, there's very limited information out there with it. I am getting more and more excited to see that movie, but the biggest thing is that how they go about having Link act. I think that's my biggest concern, because I'm not worried about the story of having the adventure, telling the story, telling the legend, right? Whichever game they choose to base it off of. I'm not worried about that, because this is an adventure film. I think that's going to be all right. I think the make or break factor for this entire movie is going to be how Link is portrayed. And obviously we know Link doesn't speak in the games. He grunts and stuff like that, and he's got his little yells and everything like that. But in the Legend of Zelda games, Link does not speak. The only time we have had Link speak is in the Legend of Zelda animated series that used to play on Fridays after the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. And that's where we got the line, "Excuse me, princess." And he was just played, Link was this like bratty teenager. And that's when I think of Link speaking, that's what I hear in my mind. So my hope is that they do not go in that direction. I want them to stay as far away as possible from that portrayal of Link. Now, don't get me wrong. I will always have a special place in my heart for that series, and because I grew up with that and I looked forward to it every week, and I have it on DVD, and I've rewatched it many times. And yes, it is silly. Yes, it is ridiculous. But it was perfectly fine for what it was. That it was a silly Saturday morning cartoon style thing, right? And it was cool because there was sound effects from the video game and everything. And this was just another way of experiencing The Legend of Zelda outside of the game. Oh, excuse me. But so many of us grew up with that. And yes, even back then, we knew that it was very cringy and it is what it is, right? It's part of our history as gamers, and I'll always love it. But I don't want that to happen again. So that is my biggest concern with the Legend of Zelda movie, is just how are they going to portray Link? How is he going to act? And in my opinion, that will make or break the movie. I don't care how good the story is. I don't care how good everything else is, how good it looks, how good the soundtrack is. If Link is not handled with proper care, it will kill the whole thing. And it will fall flat and just die at that point, and we won't get any more. So it has to do well. But it's W refill alert. Yeah, I was already tired coming into this, and I only made a small amount. I didn't do a full mixture tonight, so I'm just kind of beat. I'm still Excuse me, I'm still getting over being sick, and I hate it. It's like I feel like I got a mix of a cold and some kind of like, now I have allergies. I don't know. I've never had allergies, and I think maybe I do now. I don't know. It's just driving me nuts, but I feel very run down. But I didn't want to do a full mixture because I didn't want to amp up too much. Not that it ever amps me up too much anyway. It's a very comfortable experience with it, but yeah, that's why I'm kind of run down a little bit, and we'll be wrapping up in a little while actually, but I wanted to just talk about a couple things, with you guys here. And we're getting so many video game movies right now. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is out now. That sequel is there. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm looking forward to getting a copy of it on Blu-ray when it comes out and rewatching that movie, because there were so many fun Easter eggs in there. We have now a new Star Fox game. He gets featured as a cameo character in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Fox McCloud. We are getting a new Star Fox game. Well, I should say we're getting a new remake. We are getting a remake of Star Fox 64 that is coming out on the Nintendo Switch 2, and fans are divided. I don't know if it's divided equally. As a fairly newcomer to the Star Fox franchise, and I could be wrong about this, but from what I understand, this will now be the third telling of the Star Fox 64 story, and fans are pretty upset about that. Now, I watched the Nintendo Direct about the Star Fox game coming out, and the look of the game, the voice acting, the music, and the gameplay style all looks phenomenal. The graphics look incredible. I think the game is going to be awesome. I think it's going to be great, and I will be picking it up. Here's what I'm kind of thinking will happen with this Star Fox game. I think if I were Nintendo, I would consider this a stepping stone, kind of a way of feeling it out to see, okay, using this new graphic engine and updating the gameplay, how well does this do? Do fans enjoy it? And then if this game does well, then put out a brand new story, a brand new Star Fox game with a new adventure that has not been done before. And that's what I think Nintendo might be doing with this. Excuse me. But because if they're not, then that just tells me that then Nintendo doesn't even know what to do with the Star Fox property. Like, I don't know what else they would be thinking. Like, why keep redoing this? Because I was playing, just not that long ago, I was playing Star Fox Zero on the Wii U. And we got into it, and I was like, it was my first time playing it and everything, and then I quickly realized, I was like, this is very similar to Star Fox 64, and people were letting me know in chat that it was basically a Star Fox 64 remake. And then I found out that Star Fox 64 is basically a remake of the original Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. So it seems like Nintendo hasn't quite known what to do with the Star Fox series. But there's definitely a fan base there for it. And I could see why, because the game is a ton of fun and the characters are great. So I was psyched. I was so excited when Fox McCloud showed up in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And then not that long later, we got that Nintendo Direct about the Star Fox game coming out on the Switch too. So this is what I'm thinking. I really think that this is Nintendo taking a small step to test the waters, make sure that people are there that are going to want to play Star Fox. And as long as this does well, I'm thinking we soon after get a new Star Fox game. In fact, if they were smart, they would already have that in development. I wouldn't be surprised if a brand new adventure, a brand new Star Fox story has already been in the works and already being developed. And now it's just kind of let's see what happens with this remake of Star Fox 64. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope we get a new one. It's something that I think that franchise deserves. I think there's plenty of fans that have been waiting a long time to get an updated Star Fox game. So hopefully this does what it needs to do, and hopefully it'll be all right. All right, Spidey, go grab some dinner. Have fun, dude. Good to see you, man. Nintendo's played it safe since the response to Adventures or Assault. I didn't play Assault, but I have Adventures on GameCube. Star Fox Adventures. I remember picking that up. I was so excited. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play a new Star Fox game," and then I played it, and Star Fox Adventures sucked. I haven't gone back to it. I probably should give it another chance, but I didn't fly ships. I was running around on land with dinosaurs, and it was really weird. And their mumbling speech in the game was really annoying. So I don't know if I'm really going to ever revisit that game. But I have it. I have it on the shelf. It's there on the GameCube. Jeff says, I'm really excited for the new Star Fox game, even if it's another retelling of Star Fox 64. The characters look a little weird in the new one, but hoping a new Star Fox game will come out of this. Yes. Slippy Toad looks kind of creepy in the new one with the new graphics. I think everybody else looks fantastic, but Slippy Toad looks kind of off. He's a little creepy looking. But I am very excited for it. I will definitely be picking that up and playing it on the Switch too. And hopefully we see more from that franchise. I think it's going to be a good thing. And then, we've already seen them in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I'm thinking we're going to get a Star Fox movie. And again, I think this game coming out on the Switch too is also testing the waters for that as well. Fox McCloud got a great response from audiences in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So that right there, I think, was a good sign of telling Nintendo, hey, you could do a Star Fox movie. And I think a Star Fox movie would do very well. They set it up where Fox got stuck in other universes. And that's why he's there in the Mario movie. So now, set up for his movie where he gets back home, back to his crew, and keep it all connected in the Nintendo Cinematic Universe. It will work. If Nintendo's smart and they do the right things, they can make that work really well. And I think that would be a lot of fun. I'd go to theaters. I would go see a Star Fox movie. I think it would be a lot of fun. I think it would be super cool. This ship looked awesome in the Mario Galaxy movie. It was really, really good. That animation style worked very well for that character. So I think it works very well for all the characters so far. So I hope they keep going with Illumination. I think they're doing a really good job with that. But we'll see what comes of it. I think eventually we'll get, sort of their Endgame Infinity War style thing where it's in the realm of Smash Brothers or something like that. I think that's what we're inevitably gonna be leading to, and I hope we do, because that can be a lot of fun. But with this, all these video game based movies coming out, I think we're in a good place right now as gaming fans. And speaking of video game movies, one last one I want to talk about real quick here. Is Resident Evil. Oh my god, Matt Cave's talking about Resident Evil game? Who would have guessed? Yes, I am talking about Resident Evil again. The new Resident Evil movie being written and directed by Zach Kreger. Is that his name? Zach Kreger? So I didn't film my reaction to it. I thought about it and I didn't have a chance. I didn't have time to do it. But I finally sat down and I watched Weapons. Which is a Zach Kreger film. And I had never seen one of his movies before, so I wanted to get a feel for his style. I wanted to get a sense of what his style is like so that I could start to kind of think about how that would apply to his Resident Evil movie. And so I sat down and I watched Weapons, and I want to watch it again. That movie, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to say that out off the bat. I really enjoyed the movie. But I have to say, the movie was not what I expected it to be in any way, shape, or form. I thought I knew what that movie was about. I was wrong. So I was also, it was a nice, pleasant surprise because then I'm going into it like, I don't know what to expect. I did not expect it to be what it was. That story was pretty cool, and it's not something that I won't spoil it because that would be terrible. That's one of those movies like that's like somebody not seeing The Sixth Sense when it first came out and stuff like that, and then somebody just spoiling that for them. Like, you don't want to do that. It's that type of thing. Like, you don't want to spoil the where the story goes and how it works. So, but I did enjoy it, and I want to rewatch it because I feel like there's elements to it that I might have overlooked or things I might have missed. But like I said, I watched it to get a sense of his style of filmmaking. Um, I enjoyed the overall cinematography of it. I enjoyed the pacing of the story of weapons. We're talking about weapons. It was interesting. What I will say about the movie, it is broken up into sections. Similar to think of like Pulp Fiction, where it's like we're gonna tell a story, but this section is from this character's point of view, and then this section is from this character's point of view, until you get to the point where everything comes together and you get the full story. That's pretty much what Weapons did. So when that started happening, I didn't see Barbarian, and I don't know if it's the same style. I don't have that movie, but I gotta get my hands on a copy of it because I want to check that out. But watching Weapons and seeing the movie broken up like that, I actually became a little concerned because what if he does that with Resident Evil? And stuff like that. That style worked fine for Weapons, and of course worked great for Pulp Fiction, right? For Tarantino when he did that. So clearly, Zach Cregger's inspired by Tarantino style filming a bit here, but I don't want that for Resident Evil. If I don't think that would work well. Well, okay. If he wanted to mimic the A side and B side, scenario one, scenario two, like the games, like RE2, for example, um, that could sort of work, I guess. See, now I'm thinking about it more. Oh man, I don't know if I want that. I just it was because I'm watching the same scenes over and over in Weapons, but it's from different points of view. And yes, it worked in that movie, but I don't think I want to see that happen with Resident Evil. I think that would be kind of strange for that to happen. But I do got to get a copy of Barbarian so I can check out his style to see if it's the same exact style. I watched the new RE trailer several times, and it's definitely different. I think it will be a great horror movie, but a poor Resident Evil movie. Hopefully not just an RE movie in name only. See, there's definitely a lot of concerns with it, but I've watched that trailer a few times, and the things I really like about it is the fact that it's showing progression just like the games. He's searching for items, trying to find keys, and if you watch that trailer, he progresses from no weapon to a pistol to a shotgun to a machine gun to the SMG, like just like you would in the game. So I think there's going to be some interesting gaming elements to it, the way it plays out. I honestly think Constantine just wanted to keep the rights, so they throw the title on random film. Oh, Constantine Films, yeah. Maybe. Hopefully, they're not doing this as a throwaway just to keep the rights. Kreger is the new horror movie hotness, so that wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I don't know. What's with the chubby zombie? What's up, Scotty? Okay, so. And this is another thing too that I'm not worried about that particular creature. People started flipping out when they saw this giant fat zombie and acting as if that's never happened before in the games, and it is 1,000% happened in the games in multiple variations. So the big fat zombie really gets a big push in Resident Evil 6. and then we get some larger, bulky creatures in some later stuff and everything. But that's the thing too, is that the big thing about Resident Evil is that it's not just zombies. In fact, it's mostly not zombies. It's mostly creatures, mutated creatures, mutated from the different viruses, whether it's the T virus, the C virus, the G virus, all these viruses creating mutations of all types of stuff. So I want to see creatures. Like, yes, definitely have zombies, but there's got to be some big time creatures, and that fat zombie may be one of those. What WTF is the limbs coming out of the door? Okay, I thought the same thing. That looked very Silent Hill, and I don't know what that's going to be. That could be, in all honesty, it could be a creature pushing the bodies out, or it could be a creature mutating. Like, I don't know. I don't know what that's going to be, but it would be pretty wild to see that. It was a cameo from Baron and Dune. Remind me of the Blade villain. Oh my god. It's look, the fat zombie I'm not worried about. That's an actual thing from the games. And then again, him searching for items, trying to get keys, progressing in the weapons. He's out in the Arkley Mountains area. People were complaining about it snowing, but he's up in the mountains area, right? So yeah, there can definitely be snow. There wasn't snow down in Raccoon City, but that's exactly how the world works. If you're in mountain areas, as you go up into the higher into the forest, higher in the mountains, yeah, there's going to be snow, and there won't be snow down on lower elevation, lower altitudes. So I have no problem with there being snow based on where the character is in there. So I don't know. I think there's a lot to look forward to in this. But my biggest thing was I wanted to see what this director's other films are like. And I've only seen one so far. I've watched Weapons. That was it. But I do want to check out Barbarian. And I haven't looked into any of his other films, if there are any. I only know of Weapons and Barbarian. But those are the two that everybody seems to talk about. And I did enjoy Weapons. I did enjoy it. It wasn't the greatest movie ever, but I did enjoy it. And his style was interesting. I liked the way certain moments, I don't know if lingered is the right word. It just holds on some moments longer than other movies would have, but it builds the right amount of tension. And I think that can work very well in the world of Resident Evil. Jeff says, good point on the progression in the trailer for his weapons. That's a promising aspect. I'm definitely keeping an open mind. There's no way it can be worse than the other live action Resident Evil. Yeah, listen, to this day, and I'm sure it won't be topped, I can't imagine this being worse. In my opinion, and I think a lot of people would share this opinion, the worst Resident Evil movie that we have had so far is Welcome to Raccoon City. And the biggest reason that movie is the worst, and look, the other movies, the Mila Jovovich movies, look, they basically showed right off the bat with the first movie that they're going to do their own thing, and they continue to do their own thing, right? So it just is what it is, and there was no changing that, right? Welcome to Raccoon City, the reason that movie is the worst is because it was a bait and switch. When we got the tease for those movies, we got pictures revealed on set. We got character reveals and everything like that. What they showed fans was, hey, we're finally just making the movie of the game. And everyone was like, oh my God, we're finally getting it. We're finally getting an actual movie of Resident Evil. Just tell the story of the game. That's what fans want. And it was a bait and switch, because when you watch that movie, not only do they just make an absolute mess of the story, it makes no sense. They ruin that story because they tried to cram in elements from like 4 or 5 different Resident Evil games, and it just tried to mash it into one. It was horrible. I have a video. If you haven't checked it out, I have a video on the channel where I gave the movie a second chance. I recorded my reaction and of watching the movie again. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's, you know, I go through my whole opinions of the whole thing, but not only did they destroy the story and completely mess it up, they ruined every single character. They didn't get a single character correct, yet we had the characters in the movie. The freaking Jill and Chris and Wesker and Barry, and we had Chief Irons, and we had Leon, and we had Claire, and we had William Birkin. We even had Lisa Trevor. And they managed to mess up every single one of them. Every single one of them. They didn't get a single thing right. The only thing that movie did that was Resident Evil was the look. That's how they fooled us. They showed us those screenshots of the set of the RPD and the zombies out behind the gate and all that stuff and the wrecked cars around it. We saw those images and we got excited. We got excited as fans, as just like they wanted us to. Because we saw it and we were like, oh my God, we're actually getting the Resident Evil movie that we wanted. And it was a total bait and switch. And it was just a huge slap in the face to every single fan of the franchise. And I don't care what anyone says about any other Resident Evil movie. Welcome to Raccoon City is, and probably always will be, the worst Resident Evil movie. Blood on Snow is a nice cinematic contrast. Yes, I'm sure it will be. I bet we get some cool moments in this new movie. I think that'll be good. Kind of like Rian Johnson was good for Knives Out, but sucked for Star Wars. Yeah. That could definitely be the case. I still haven't seen Welcome to Raccoon City. That's a good thing. An absolute slap in the face to Resident Evil fans. Listen. So, if you ever do sit down to watch the movie, Brian, watch it for free if you can. Don't spend any money on it. But if you do get a chance to watch it, the one thing I will say that is worth seeing on screen is literally the world of Raccoon City and the RPD and everything being brought to life. Because that they did right. That's how they fooled us. They got the look. You know what they did? They took the look of the remakes of RE2 remake basically and brought that to life. That's what they did. I enjoyed Weapons quite a bit, but would watch it again. But I've only seen Barbarian once, and that's enough. Oh, gotcha. All right. I don't even know what Barbarian is about. I don't remember seeing any trailers or anything. So, Weapons, I remember seeing the trailer, and I thought I knew what the movie was about, and then it ended up being completely different. So it was, but I enjoyed it. Weapons was cool. That was definitely worth watching. Welcome to Raccoon City was really exciting because of the build-up, and I enjoyed it at first, but kept circling back with stuff I didn't like after seeing it. After second viewing, it was abysmal. It's so rough. It's so rough. I'll watch Final Chapter over Welcome to Raccoon City. Yeah. Oh my God. Those movies, the second to last and the last movie in the Mila Jovovich movies, my God, they just like go so far over the top. It was absolutely ridiculous. And like Welcome to Raccoon City is so bad. It's worse than the Netflix live action series, which in all honesty, overall, I enjoyed that show on Netflix. Again, they don't know how to get anything right as far as they mess up things. The thing I liked about that Netflix series was that it took place after everything. It was like they basically let you know the stuff in the games happened, and now we're here, and here's what happens going forward. That's what I liked about it. But then they just, they couldn't get out of their own way. And sure, and now I'm having a brain fart. I forget his name. They cast a phenomenal actor in the show. And in all honesty, he's the best part of the whole show. He steals the show. But it was such a miscast that you can't get beyond that. They cast him as Albert Wesker. And he's not Albert Wesker. Like, it just it I don't know why they took that route. And nothing against that actor. I know he passed a few years ago. But he is the best part of that show, though.
Open that door.
Don't open that door. Lance Reddick, yes. He honestly steals the show. He's fantastic in it. But I'm sorry, he's not Albert Wesker. And he's meant to be. Well, okay. In a way. He's whatever. There's clones. There's multiple Wesker. They call them the Wesker children, right? There was multiple, like, kind of a cloning situation, right? But there is a scene in the show where it's a flashback, and it's supposed to be around the time of Resident Evil 5. And they even put Lance Reddick in the leather jacket, and he's got the sunglasses, and he's got his hair set and everything, to be Resident Evil 5 Albert Wesker. And it's just like, what are you doing? Like, it just... They messed up. They messed up big time with that. It could have been a huge hit, but HelloThere got involved, and they gotta, they got their check boxes of what they need to do with all the stuff that Hollywood does, right? We all know what they do. It just, they had to check those boxes, and they messed things up. And it's like one of those things, like, just, my God, I don't know. I don't want to say anything. It's just, good. Everybody gets canceled these days, because if you speak about reality. But it was, he looked more like Blade. When they put him in that leather jacket, it was like, no, you look like you're trying to cosplay as Blade. You don't look like Albert Wesker. And could you imagine the reverse happened? Just imagine the shitstorm that would happen if a movie or show had the balls to do that same exact thing in reverse. No one would do it. No one would do it, because they know that they would be crucified. Like, it's just insane. But anyways, outside of completely miscasting...
That was too close. You were almost a JillSandwich.
Outside of completely miscasting an iconic character, the show itself, the story, was actually good. And it left off on a cliffhanger, and I wanted a season 2. I really did. It was a fun show, but it got canceled like right away. It failed miserably. The good thing is that if you're ever looking for additional Resident Evil stories for movies and stuff, there are the CG animated movies that fit with the games, and they're great. They're a lot of fun. And they're definitely worth watching. And in all honesty, as you're playing through the games, you could then insert these CG movies chronologically and continue the story as you go. So it's a lot of fun, and they really are worth watching. But Resident Evil as a franchise being brought outside of the games has had a rough go. And that seems to be the case with pretty much everything these days, trying to go from one medium to another. When it comes to games, Hollywood refuses to just tell the story from the games. And I don't understand why. They're afraid to do it. The only thing I can imagine is they're thinking, well, people already know the story, so why would they go see it? But that's the thing. That's exactly why we would go see it. If you gave me a Resident Evil movie that was beat for beat, moment for moment, the first game in the Spencer Mansion, and don't change it. Obviously, there's some things you would want to change, like to make it work, for a movie, right? That's understandable. But if they were to not change a single thing and just flat out tell the story that I already know inside and out, I will go see that movie in theaters. More than once, more than twice. I'll go see that 12 times in theaters. Because that's what I want. I want the game brought to life on the big screen. That's what I want. And then do the same thing for 2. In fact, you take 2 and 3 and put it together in one movie because it's all happening at the same time. Just tell the story. That's it. You don't even have to put a whole ton of work into the script. It's all right there. It's all right there. People will go see it. Yes, these are the movies. Yes, the CG animated movies. Those are fantastic. Yeah, that's their take on canon in the game. Each person sees different characters as the canon story. You could play it, pick one of the scenarios the way it plays out. If you could follow the main line of Chris during the Spencer Mansion, or follow the main line of Jill, or make this change, combine it. They get split up, and they're running through the mansion at the same time, and maybe occasionally have them meet up. That's fine. That's understandable. That's building a story to move it from one medium to another. And that would be perfectly acceptable. And I'm telling you, do the same thing with 2. Leon and Claire running around Raccoon City and getting to the RPD and all this stuff. Or Ted, that is phenomenal. Have multiple endings like Clue did. Guys, for anyone not familiar, the movie of Clue, which is one of the greatest movies of all time, in my opinion, a just phenomenal performance by Tim Curry and all the rest of the cast. The movie has multiple endings, and I have the copy on DVD and now the 4K release, which gives you the choice and the options to select a random ending. You could play the movie and have Clue play all the way and then play every ending. Or you could tell it in the settings, pick an ending at random. So each time you watch the movie, you get a different ending. And here was the cool thing. When Clue was out in theaters, different theaters played different endings. Guys, if we had something like that happen again, that would be so awesome. I would be completely down for that for Resident Evil movies. That would be super cool. The comic of the mansion incident follows Chris, but has Jill questioning it on the last couple of pages. Really? There's a comic book version of that? I gotta check that out. That would be cool. I've been enjoying a fan crowdfunded films from the last few years via... Residents of Evil. Oh my god, Residents of Evil. I love that channel. Keeper's Diary and Resurrection. Keeper's Diary was so freaking good. And then, yes, Resurrection just recently came out. So good. So good. Yes, Residents of Evil. Phenomenal channel. And then along with them, the channel called Let's Talk Resident Evil, which they've done work with them on those fan films. Let's Talk Resident Evil worked with Residents of Evil, and oh my god, it's just, their channels are great. If you want anything Resident Evil, those are the channels to go to. Let's Talk Resident Evil and Residents of Evil. They're so freaking good. I love it. The fan films are following the games and actual lore of the Resident Evil universe. So far, so good. Yeah, they're doing a great job with it. It's awesome. People still talk about it. Yeah, they gotta, I don't know. It's just, fans will always do better than Hollywood does because fans put the real passion into it. There's too much greed on the Hollywood side. There's too much that gets in the way where people that are not creatives have too much control over what happens with these movies. And I think that is what has stopped so many video game based movies from even happening. I think we've over these years, there are so many movies we could have had based on video games, but it's people who should not be given that much power are getting in the way of letting the people who could truly create something special and phenomenal, they get in their way and they prevent them from doing this. So I don't know what's going to happen with this new Resident Evil movie. Obviously, I'm going to go see it. I have to give it a chance. I am cautiously excited for this movie, and I'm hoping it's good. I really am. I know it's not about the characters we already know, but I wanted to feel like it's within the world of Resident Evil. Like truly feel like it's part of it, where I could be like, man, it's cool how this is happening while all that other stuff was happening. Like that kind of sense, to know, to have that like that feeling of knowing what's happening around this character that we're watching on screen. I want it to feel like I'm watching a new game play out. And as long as they can accomplish that and get the right tone and feel, I think this could be a success. But again, I'm cautiously excited about it. So I can't wait till it comes out, because I want to talk to everybody all about it once it does. It's going to be awesome. Fans give a shit. Hollyweird just wants money. Yeah, exactly. It's insane. Hollywood actually making movies or shows that follow Resident Evil and its characters for films that the fans want and would be successful. That makes too much sense. You're just being crazy now. Yeah, that's the thing. They'll say things like, "Oh, they're, people won't go to see it. It won't be a success." No, it will be 100% a success if you just give the fans what they actually wanted. And we've been begging for it for years at this point. We will go. The theaters will pack out. Like it would be such an easy win. I don't know why these Hollyweird people just can't get out of their own way. And it's like, it would be an amazing success. Don't be afraid of the story and lore that already exists. Don't be afraid of it. Lean into it, because that's what the fans actually want. So I don't know why they would do anything else. It just blows me away that they would even bother doing anything else. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it off on that note of Resident Evil. I think that's where I think that's the one I'm most excited for. But again, we've got a bunch of video game based stuff happening these days, and it's an exciting time. At the end of the day, the fact that it's even happening is super cool. So I want more of it, and the only way we're going to get more of it is if we give it at least a chance. Give it a chance to support it, and things can work out very well. And oh my god, Ted, that is huge. Let's go. If anyone who doesn't know, Yawn is the giant snake in Resident Evil. Ted is playing the Resident Evil remake from 2002, and he just accomplished something awesome. Dude, don't forget to save. Holy moly, you don't want to redo that fight. Let's go. Good job, Ted. I appreciate that you're playing through these games. All right, guys, we are going to wrap it up here. But I set this up earlier, and I really hope it works. But from here, I am going to redirect us over to Scotty Hawk, who is still going on Arc Raiders right now. We're going to go raid him. I have never done a raid before. I'm hoping this works. I really do. So let's see if this actually successfully gets us over to Scotty Hawk. And if it works, head over when it gets you over to his chat. Let's get a Matt Cave raid going in his live chat, everybody. So let's do this. I'm going to wrap it up here. Everybody have a great night. As always, remember, keep retro gaming alive, because one day your games will be retro too. We're going to throw the outro here, and right after that, we're over into Scotty's chat. Let's do it.
Oh, welcome to the Matt Cave, where the old